seed. Scott, we've seen these teams play. We know they're both good. They're both balanced as well. What do you expect to see from this evening's game?
What we've been seeing all day, competitive game. Right now, and when I'm looking after seeing both of these teams play this week and what they've done in the past, the Warriors, I think, probably have the experience factor that could come into play. They had that deep Final Four run last year, but Aggieland, they are loaded with talent, a little bit younger, but they looked really good in their win yesterday. So I think we're going to have another good one.
Going for the tip or two players to look out for the PT Warriors, it's Holden Magera. And for the Aggieland Panthers, it is Vince Walden. The ball's going to be thrown up. It's going to be won by the Aggieland Panthers in the hands of Caleb Cox. Here's the drive, the move. Oh, look at that defense there from Timothy Jones. Ball will go out of bounds and stay with Aggieland.
Everything's going to be contested. These guys are familiar with each other. They've seen each other in the Big South. They played each other multiple times in these tournaments, and so it's going to be fun.
Corner three for Call. Zane Call. Shot's no good, and Magera the rebound. PT Warriors heading the other way.
It's going to be interesting to watch this tempo in this game. Right now you got both teams playing 2-3 zone. Typically caters to a slower game, so I'm going to kind of watch this plays out. I think Aggieland's going to want to play up tempo as this thing gets out.
Cox got the steal. He fed it over to Call, but Jones was able to force the traveling violation, and the ball will be with the PT Warriors on the baseline. This is our first boys 18U game of the day. Elite 8 basketball. Corner three on the way. No good. Walden rises up, gets the rebound. Cox down floor to Zach Walden. Left-hand drive to the basket. Can't get it to go. And it's in a heap was Timothy Jones. They call that a travel, and it will be here with Aggieland on the baseline.
Blazing speed there. Zach Walden, he was in fifth gear the moment he got the ball. I don't know how in the world he was able to keep control there.
Walden the swing. Corner Cox. Driving, dealing with the defense. Back outside, swinging it over Vince Walden. He's got it on the far left wing. Now up top. Aggieland in white. The PT Warriors in the purple. To the basket is Zach Walden. Not able to finish. Rebound fought for and gotten by Ike White. Losing the basketball, but he's able to control it, but Zach Walden took it away, and there's a foul from behind against David Agalar.
We mentioned this, I just mentioned this earlier, but you can already see the Aggieland's trying to push tempo right now. I think they know in the half-court game they don't have the size of PT, and I'm not sure they can shoot him out of the zone, so they're going to have to get out in transition. They're trying too early, so I'm hoping they can kind of open this thing up and get out and run a little bit for them.
Walden up top with the basketball. Swinging it over, pass batted by Timothy Jones, and we're seeing with the Warriors, they're utilizing this exceptional length that they possess to mess with Aggieland so far in the passing lanes.
Well, yeah, and look at this. This 2-3 is long. Their arms are out, and so they're covering a lot of ground quickly. That these 2-3 zones, you're going to want to get the ball in the high post, but right now there's just so much length and rotating, there's not leaving much gap.
Walden's three's no good. There's a battle for the basketball. Marquez able to get the loose change, getting the ball to Jones, and PT on the move. And now it's Jones out to the outside, swinging it to Agalar in the corner. Feed inside the post. Marquez moving against the defense. They call it a travel. Their freshman big fella, he's 6'6", only a freshman, showing a lot of promise for the Warriors.
Oh man, this week he's already got a lot in the toolkit. He was able to drain some threes in both of their earlier wins this week, and wow, yeah, like you said, the promise as he continues to develop, his body continues to develop, and he's a good find, a good replacement for Toby Pike.
I was about to say, it looks like PT Warriors have been blessed with kind of a plethora of bigs that a lot of homeschool programs don't have. They go from Toby Pike right to Marquez.
Drive, kick back outside. Walden straight on three, no good off the rim. Ball's tipped and rebounded by Marquez. And he'll feed it outside to White. And moving it up the floor now are the Warriors. Here comes the defense. Feed inside Magera. Nice move, Magera up over the top for the bucket. And now we got somebody on the board. 2.5 minutes into the ball game is Holden Magera.
He's had a good week, 6'6", plays above the rim, just a junior. And once he gets going inside, he is tough to stop. We've seen him, even when he's had some misses on a couple of drives where he tried to throw it down. I mean, he can dunk it.
Well, you saw the elevator on that one. Just went up high, shot it over. So that's a nice advantage to have.
Josiah Marquez picks up his first personal foul, the second team foul against the PT Warriors. here in the first quarter. 5:26 to go in the opening period. We see Manhire comes out. And a feed inside to Gahan, who just came into the ball game. Corner three open for Zane Call. No good. Rebound fought for, and it'll be a jump ball.
McGarrett and Gahan both just like wouldn't let the ball go.
You
even
saw
after
that little bit of extracurricular there. Something to keep an eye on. I know the officials early in the game are going to watch that kind of stuff.
Just over 5 minutes to play opening period. 2-0 advantage for the PT Warriors. We're seeing a defensive battle thus far. Timothy Jones, right wing three, air ball, no good. Battle for it, Marquez diving on the floor. Ball will stay with PT. We've seen this a lot in the last couple days, particularly last night into today. A lot of physicality in these ball games as we get less and less teams that are vying for this championship.
Well, and I think Big South, too. When I think of Big South, you think of, it's muscle. It's like they're going to go at each other, and they're all familiar with each other, and it's just fun. It's fun to watch them go at it.
Kick outside, corner three again for Call. Unable to get one to go down thus far. Rebound Marquez, who brought it from up high. Feeding Agalar, averaging just over 19 points a game. Feeding it outside, Ike White. He loads up the three. It's long, no good. Marquez able to get to it in the corner. He drives hard baseline, puts it up over the top. It's tipped, missed, and we're going to see a jump ball again, and this time it'll be back with Aggieland. 2-0 ball game.
If I didn't know any better, Scott, I'd think we're at an NBA game. I'm seeing the three-pointer.
Yeah.
Three-pointer. They're putting them up, man.
And the heights, too. Marquez, doesn't he have such a great touch for a big guy? He drives and then just a soft floater.
He's going to be a problem in years to come, right?
Absolutely.
Walden on the feed inside. Gahan outside to Cox. Walden looking to feed it inside, and we're going to get a 3-second violation as Gahan just spending a little bit too much time up in there.
Look, I've watched Aggieland for a few years. Caleb Cox can really knock down that three ball. He hasn't got one up yet, but if you're Aggieland, you put up 4 or 5, you're going to want to get the ball into his hands at some point and let him try to get in the paint or knock down a shot, but get him going.
Magera on the swing, but he traveled before he could get rid of it. Nearly halfway through the first quarter, and so far it's been a little bit of a struggle on the offensive end of the ball for both teams.
They might have watched the last girls' game and just kind of got lulled into that rock fight like we had.
A swing over, Zach Walden. Kick outside up top, that's Dean Call. Just got in the ball game, the lone senior for Aggieland. And we see Ike White getting a little handsy, picking up his first foul.
You mentioned the lone senior. This Aggieland team, it's crazy that they're this far already. They lost 8 seniors last year. But here they are with all these guys. A couple of guys that started the year and 14 years old. But you couldn't tell. This bracket has been blown up. It makes you wonder, man, how much talent is in this bracket? You got, the 5 seed and the 3 seed here playing for the gold ball. That's nuts.
Well, and you kind of wonder how much of this, particularly from these last 5 years on the boys' side, has been a psychological almost block. The MHEA Eagles have just dominated this bracket for the last 5 years. So now it's like, hey, anyone's game, right?
Absolutely.
Agalar able to control it. He drives inside, takes contact, puts it up, and he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
I love the game of Aguilar. It's been fun. One of my first years, I believe he was maybe in the 12U, might have been playing in the 14U for the PT Warriors, and everybody was already talking about him then, but he's been a 4-year starter, him and Timothy Jones, so they bring a lot of experience from that last year Final Four run, and he's a fun player to watch.
David Agalar, no good on the first free throw. He's got another one coming up here. He's a 74% free throw shooter, at least heading into Springfield. He'll miss them both, and we see
it's like a lane violation.
Yeah, we see a lane violation, which if you're Aggieland, you got to take advantage of 2 missed free throws from Agalar. You just gave him another one.
He's not going to miss 3, is he?
Wow, he did.
Oh, man, I thought the jinx was gone. I was wrong.
Turnaround shot from Magera, no good. It seems like there is a lid on this basket, folks. As Zach Walden going to feed his brother Vince to the wing. Cox, his 3, no good. It popped out. Gahan, a big offensive rebound. Turnaround hook, doesn't go. Nothing will go down.
Man, this is making the girls' game last time look like a scoring fest.
Yeah, we're shooting about. I'm going to guess we're about 1 for 15 on the game right now. This has been a slow start.
over 5 minutes with no scoring, 2 points.
White on the swing inside. Agalar, short corner shot, back rim, no good. Pump fake inside for the finish. Ike White.
He's explosive. He's fast. Just always near the ball.
Well, textbook use of a lift fake right there.
Walden on the drive, and that's kick out. Cox, right wing three. It pops out no good. Rebound fought for, and it'll be rebounded by Ike White.
So if you're Aggieland right now, you'd have to do some evaluation, right? Like they continue to put up shots that are not necessarily bad shots from behind the arc, but you're going to have to get that ball on the high post and get something down low because right now it is just not falling.
And Aggieland is typically a pretty good shooting team, particularly from Caleb Cox, Dean Call, and Vince Walden, but nothing's gone down yet. They're down 4-0. Magera attacking the paint, putting it up, and we're going to see a travel again. These officials seeing a lot of travels here, and they're calling them. Zane Call in the game for Zach Walden.
Charles, Scott and I were talking about this on the previous broadcast. It's interesting because I'm from the Texas area, and I've not seen a carry called all season. Out here, I've seen 7 or 8 of these things. Travel, since these kids are coming from different parts of the state, different parts of the country, and the officiating and the rhythm may be different than what they're used to in their regions.
Agalar the steal, and both of these teams are Texas teams.
That's true.
Agalar stepping into the three. No good short. Magera on the offensive board. He can't put it in either.
World? Both teams have missed like 1-foot shots multiple times this game already.
At least it's going both ways right now, right?
Gahan on the kick out. Corner three, Dean Call knocking it down.
There we go.
Now you see the offense what Aggieland did. They went outside, got the high post, and kicked for a rhythm three. That's the kind of offense you're looking for.
That's exactly what you were referring to just a little earlier. They hit that high post, and just like magic, a three-pointer went down.
There you go, rhythm shots.
White, step back tray, not there. Rebound Magera on the offensive board, feeding it back out White. And Jones with the ball. Just over a minute to go in the first quarter. It is 4-3, folks. A swing. Symes inside. His floater, no good, and the rebound pulled in by Cox. Here comes Aggieland. Cox does not have numbers. He'll stop, wait for his guys to come around. Corner pass. Out Walden. He'll drive inside. Walden losing the basketball, but the ball was knocked free. And there's going to be a foul call.
But now you're seeing Aggieland start to move that ball, put pressure on the length of that PT zone. You are not going to be able to beat them off the dribble with that kind of length and size down low.
Levi Symes going to pick up his first personal foul. Gahan and Call coming out. Kracha in the ball game, and the shot's going to be blocked, and PT Warriors back the other way. 50 seconds to go. Jones thought about it, decides against the shot, going to feed it over. White back to Jones, swing to Symes. White, short corner shot from Magera. It pops out no good. And Kracha the rebound. Up floor, that's stolen away by Jones. Jones will stop, fire the left wing three. Bombs away, baby.
You knew it as soon as he as soon as he stole that ball. He had a wide open look.
That's a big time shot.
7-3. Timothy Jones does like the stop and pop tray ball. We saw it a couple times yesterday. Walden up top, down to 10 seconds to go first quarter, 4-point gain. Zane Call to the wing, to the corner. Cox corner three, no good. 2 seconds to play. Will they get a shot off? They don't. As time will expire on the first quarter, it is the PT Warriors with a 4-point lead. But a low-scoring affair we got here. 7-3 lead for PT after one quarter.
When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
Welcome back from Springfield. 7-3 ball game lead for the PTU Warriors. A low-scoring start. Hard to get a read on what we're going to see for this whole game. The Warriors do have more size than Aggieland, also more experienced as we see a Jones 3 from the wing. No good. Magera on the offensive board. Aggieland is an explosive ball club as we've seen in previous rounds. They have not exploded yet. They've hit one shot. That was a three-pointer from Dean Call from the corner.
Yeah, points have been tough to come by this afternoon.
Aguilar's 3 is no good. And a fight for the loose ball. Marquez to Magera to Agalar. Back up top Magera. Marquez turnaround shot. No good front rim. Ball's going to be tipped. Magera out of bounds. Be Aggieland's basketball.
Marquez is confident shooting that shot, huh?
Absolutely. And you said it kind of looks like NBA. Man, I was just looking. Magera and Marquez going back and forth there. That's an NBA size lineup right there.
They have length. And that's where when they're active in this 2-3, it is a lot to cover.
See, another traveling violation. We've seen a lot of them thus far in this game. And the big question with a low-scoring game like this with two teams that you know will shoot better at other points in time, and they're probably going to hit shots at some point in this game, you wonder which team is going to be the one to start seeing them fall.
Yeah, they've not been able to string together a couple of shots. I thought maybe Jones on that second 3 might have been able to do that because he's pretty streaky that way. But
nice steal by Crotcha. Going to feed it up to Zach Walden, who feeds it outside to Cox. Feed to Vince. High post Crotcha. Kick outside Zane Call. Driving baseline to the basket. And he's fouled by Magera. Good job by Zane Call getting right into the big fella and drawing the foul on Magera.
That's the kind of offense Aggieland's need, and that bang, bang, bang pass and then a drive and attack. So Call with a nice attack. Can he connect on these free throws?
Call will have 2 shots at the foul line.
I'm sure this is the younger brother of the former Van Call who played at Aggieland. I'm guessing so. Van Call was a knockdown shooter, played a year or so ago.
Yep. Zane and Dean both on this squad. They're the younger brothers. You called it.
There you go.
And they all can shoot the basketball. Of course, Zane Call just missed his first. A little cold to begin the ball game. Able to see one go down on that second free throw, and it's big for shooters. Being able to see a shot go down, even if it's a free throw, can make a big difference here.
That's true. Sometimes you just got to see the ball going through the basket.
Magera on the kick out. Jones. Swing to Agalar. Feed high post Marquez. Down low Magera. Puts it up and in.
Man, Marquez to Magera, that is going to be a tough combo.
Walden outside. We got a 5-point game. Feed high post. Back out Vince Walden. To the corner, Zach, his brother. To the basket. He'll put it up over the top of Marquez. Challenging the trees. Putting it in is the young Zach Walden. Leads cut to 3. Jones up top. Short corner, feedback Jones, swing Agalar. Hard drive over the top of Crotcha. Floater good for David Agalar.
That's his game, man. He will shoot from outside, but he's really good when you give him a step to be able to get in and kind of decide where he's going to shoot from.
That pass was broken up by Cohen Owens out of bounds. Will stay with the Panthers. Vince Walden up top. Cox, pump fake, back up top, Walden, feed, high post. Crotcha, Walden takes the up top 3. That one does not go. Zach Walden able to bat it right to Zane Call. There's a tip, and it will not go into the basket. PT on the move.
Looked like volleyball there.
Agalar up top, Jones, back to Agalar. Feed in Magera, outside Jones, up top Trey. Bombs away, baby.
So that is classic basketball right there. Beautiful. In, out, and then finish with a bang 3. Your PT, you love that possession.
Every time Jones gets to step into a 3, he's going to hit it.
Cox with the answer. And you know that Aggieland was just waiting on Caleb Cox, who's a high scorer for their team. Great shooter, just waiting for one of his shots to go down. And we're going to get a foul inside.
Look like Timothy Crotcha, they're going to call that on.
And that'll be his first. Ball will be on the baseline. Getting this ball in will be Timothy Jones. We've got a 5-point game.
I was just looking at the roster. Average age for Aggieland is 15.
You know, I think you mentioned this a second ago, Scott, that they lost 8 of 9 players. So the fact that they're even here
I know.
is probably just encouraging in of itself, right? Like now the future is bright. The Aggieland Panthers.
They entered into the Big South Regional as the 16 seed.
And here they are.
They barely made the D1 field at the Big South, and then they shocked the number 1 seed there, found themselves a 5 seed here, and now they are in a situation where they can win a gold ball, but that passed a little high there for Zane Call.
So for those who may not be familiar with the ball system here, this is effective like the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's similar to how in the NCAA tournament they got the regions.
So this would be almost like our Elite 8 that we're in right now.
Exactly. This is the Elite 8 is Agalar getting a bucket at the basket.
So for a team that was ranked 16th, you know, they're climbing. If they were to enable to pull this one out, they're going to the Final Four for a team with freshmen and sophomore.
And there's a steal there by Timothy Jones. We got a 7-point ball game. Lead for the PT Warriors are starting to separate themselves just a little bit. As on the outside is Marquez. Feed to Agalar left wing. In the post, Marquez. Nice post move. Right hand, no good. Walden rises up and gets the rebound.
Man, he maneuvers so well in traffic.
Cox right wing. Feed inside. Crotcha over the top. Shot no good.
Nice feed from Cox to Crotcha. He'll make that shot. That was a good cut. Yeah, you love that from a big guy who they call it rim runners, right? He's going end to end. He does that very well.
Hard drive to the basket from Marquez. He'll put it up. He's going to be fouled en route to the basket. It will be Crotcha picking up his second personal foul. Gahan coming up to the scores table as he will be the one to replace him, I'm just assuming. Crotcha with 2 fouls. He was the guy that closed the deal in the last round. Hit an open 3 and then got a block and a bucket on the other end that closed the game to get them to this situation here.
Yeah, a couple of those threes right at the end of that game that, like, it almost – you didn't expect them to move on, and then just all of a sudden you look up and they bury 2 threes and they're in front and advancing to the next round. There's something about the water, too, in Springfield. PT Warriors and the Red River Rattlers, they come up here as low seeds, and then they just make runs all the way to the Final Four. They did it last year.
Drive lost. Marquez gets it. 18-9 is the score. Marquez all the way to the basket, putting it up, blocked by Walden. He'll get it to his brother Zach. Full speed ahead. Zach Walden showcasing his speed. He misses the lay-in, though. And Agalar the rebound out to Jones. Now this game's speeding up, folks. Jones stopping, feeding inside to Magera. Pump fake spin, another travel. That's his 4th travel.
McGarrett's trying to understand what's going on with his refs. I didn't see it there, but I think he's trying to figure out what's going on. That's hard to adjust in game, right? And sometimes they call it a little different. One ref sees it this way. Not saying it's wrong, but he's going to have to adjust because that's a hit. I can tell he's wanting to drive left, spin back right.
Both teams seem to be rushing things a little bit. That right before and the play before that, Walden a great burst of speed, but he was kind of got hung up in the air and just wasn't able to do anything with it.
Jump ball on the floor between Gahan and Marquez. And one thing you got to like about Josiah Marquez, he's a young player and he hustles his tail off.
Yep. He's big, and a lot of times bigs don't like to get down on the floor. He does. I mean, you see him diving every game.
Timeout will be called by the Aggieland Panthers. They will use their first timeout. It will be a full timeout as Aggieland trailing by 9. This is a game that they can make some noise. They can make a comeback for sure with their abilities. But I will say the PT Warriors just with their size and then their control, just a tough team to battle against.
They really are. I was surprised they were as low a seed as they were, but also I know the Big South is tough, but when I looked at the roster and there were some of those names that you remember from that run last year and names that you've remembered for 3 or 4 years as starters, I'm not surprised they're making this run. I guess I'm more surprised that they waited till now to do this because they've got a very similar look to last year. I mean, Toby Pike is definitely a tough one to replace, but, man, they just got so much talent and so much size.
Vince Walden knocks down the 3 right out of the timeout. Big three-pointer there as Vince Walden able to get on the board, and he is their all-region player representing their team in the Big South. And he's just been quiet. He's a little quiet against the Thunder as well, but in this game, he's able to hit that three there. Marquez to the basket, off the window, good.
I love his game. He's got such a good touch.
Swing up top, Vince Walden over to Cox, left wing three on the way. It's short. And Timothy Jones with the rebound. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. 20-12 ball game. 8-point lead for PT.
What a finish for Agguilar.
Oh, man.
Scott, you mentioned it earlier. He can shoot the three, but when he puts it on the deck, he's a problem.
Absolutely. That's when I feel like he's at his best. He'll once he just decides he makes good decisions. He doesn't just run over people. He makes good decisions, good body control, and that time just his momentum carries the ball into the bucket.
That's 8 points for David Agalar. And he will make the free throw as well. All his points have come here in the second quarter as they lead by 11. Vince Walden knocks down another tray.
Back-to-back for Walden. Kind of keep him in this thing.
That's cutting it to 8.
They're still hanging around. Aggieland is you might be young, but sometimes that youth plays in your favor because you play loose.
Marquez hard to the basket. It will be a foul on Manhire. He'll pick up his first. And now the foul's beginning to rack up for Aggieland here.
You got to be a man to step in front of Marquez there. He is a handful.
First free throw for Josiah Marquez will go down. Second one for Marquez on the way. As the lead is at 9 for PT, they're looking to put it back to double digits. And they will not as Marquez misses the second. Manhire the rebound. And Zane Walden, that was the right idea with the quick swing to an open Cox in the corner. He just threw it over his head.
Yeah, look, you're Aggieland. You're not going to beat PT in the half court. That's about your only options. You're going to take that turnover because you got to push it up court and you got to get Cox in the corner. So, that's going to happen. You're going to take it.
Great defense against the post there. As they fronted him, had a man behind as well. Vince Walden the steal. Walden with it. He's got 6 points. Corner outside. Cox driving inside. Kick out Vince Walden. Pump fake. He'll step back. Off balance three. That one's off the mark. Crotcha saves it in. And they say he had his foot out. So it will be PT's ball. Just over a minute to go first half.
A little bit of a heat check there for Walden. But, the one thing you coach young players, this is not your shot or my shot. This is our shot. And was that the one that this team wanted at that moment? I know this thing in a game where you're the underdog, you got to value each possession.
Agalar on the attack against Crotcha. Right-hand finish. David Agalar kind of dominating this game here in the second quarter. He's got 11 in this quarter.
He has that capability.
Cox feed inside high post. Short shot for Crotcha does not go. And McGarrett able to get it. Warriors trying to turn this into offense here. Coming up the floor. Outside to Jones. Under 40 seconds to play first half.
We've seen the Warriors be able to kind of ride behind some of that experience. Players like Agalar to build this lead, and now they're going to hold it, looks like, for the final shot.
Cohen Owens with the basketball. He'll spin. McGarrett, Al Jones.
A lot of hand contact for Walden. Better be careful.
Jones driving past Walden with the left-hand finish. Timothy Jones, another solid player here for the PT Warriors. We'll see if they can get the last shot off. And they seemed completely unaware of the time. He had an opportunity to pull it. But that will finish out the first half. The PT Warriors with a pretty commanding 28-15 lead based on what a second quarter there. I mean, they had 7 going into the second quarter. 21 points for the PT Warriors in the second quarter, while it was 12 for the Aggieland Panthers.
David Agalar really showing why they're dangerous, why they could make a run, they could win an Undisputed, because they've got that experience, and he shows just almost like he was asleep the first quarter, and they didn't need him. And then the second quarter, here he was.
PT Warriors with the lead by 13. We'll be back.
Ouch!
When it hurts, real time it.
Welcome back to Springfield. We got a 28-15 ball game lead for the PT Warriors. They've just had a nice balanced attack to extend their lead here over the Aggieland Panthers. The swing out to the wing. Jones will stop, shoot the shot, no good. And it'll be a whistle. And it will go to Agguiland. I think it's out of bounds.
It's like neither team wanted to score in the first quarter, and then all of a sudden PT decided it was time to score in that second, and largely behind David Agalar. Just a big quarter, 11 points in the second.
Here's the drive, kick outside to Zach Walden. They'll get it back up top to Vince.
Zach he's the lone, or Vince rather, the lone starter from last year's team.
Yeah, so you're talking about a complete overhaul, and to be in the Elite Eight is something else.
That's pretty amazing. I mean, you're talking a bunch of underclassmen and only one returning player off your roster. And honestly, did they make it this far last year?
They lost in the second round. They were an 8 seed and won and beat the number 1.
Okay.
But then they lost in the second round. They had one of their top players get hurt his hand, break his hand.
So independent of what happens here, like this guy's like, applause are deserved for what the effort that's already been put out.
Absolutely. Cox for 3, no good. Walden the putback, not there. Marquez the rebound. We got a 13-point ball game. Aggieland trying to score the basketball. Agalar just won't be denied.
You could almost see terror in the eyes of Caleb Cox there. He turned around and he saw Agalar at the ball, and he's like, oh, no.
Too big. Yeah.
Over to the wing. Zane Call going to drive hard to the basket. Shot blocked by Marquez. Ball loose on the ground, and Zach Walden.
Here, I'll say this about Marquez. For a young kid, he's pretty composed. Like, watch, tendency is when a guy comes in, jump, block, he keeps his ground, hands up, and he's very under control. So, man, if he continues to grow and develop, he may be a force in coming years.
He doesn't show a lot of emotion, and he just plays hard.
Walden drive to the left, and he loses the ball. It's taken away by Marquez, and PT back with the basketball again. Just over 6 minutes to go, third quarter. 15-point lead for the Warriors. Outside, Ike White, open 3, short. And rebound, Zach Walden. Aggieland pushing the tempo. Cox to the basket, left hand off the window, good.
Tough finish for Cox.
Strength there.
He's got 5. 13-point game. Up top is Ike White.
Ike's been another fun addition for them. His family moved from Ohio to Texas, and boy, he found a home here.
Yeah, they'll take some more of those, won't they?
And Zach Walden attacking the paint hard, finishing and one with the foul on Ike White. And listen, we're seeing the growth of Zach Walden. I've done all their games so far this week, and I'm seeing him improve game by game.
Yeah, and it's at first half he had a couple of those same breaks, but he went down the left side and just didn't seem to have the touch. This time, man, he was right on.
Well, and he tore down the court in the first half with a lot of speed.
Yeah,
he's showing a tear of athleticism I have not seen yet from him. So.
I'm pretty sure that I smelled burnt wood. It was like barbecue over here that first time he went by.
He was cooking.
Marquez, corner 3. Back rim, no good. Zane Call going hard for the rebound and a foul in his back. And I believe it's going to be, oh, wow. I think they might call it on Aggieland here as they're looking like it's going to stay here.
They sure did.
Yep, called it. Looked like it was going to be on Vince Walden, number 12.
That'll be his first personal foul. Marquez. Kick outside Magera, feed in Agalar. Pump fake, turnaround, hook shot. Oh, it popped out. And Vince Walden the rebound.
Don't see that much from Agalar that close.
Outside Vince Walden, right wing 3. Bombs away, baby. He laced that one. And Vince Walden with 9 points on 3 trays, and the lead's cut to 8.
So now you're seeing Aggieland. Looks like they got a high 1-3-1 trap here.
Oh,
wow.
Timeout PT Warriors. And wow, that was a wide open bucket.
If you ever coach, and I always get ridiculed by my youngest son, I called the timeout, and right after I called the timeout, he hit the deepest three he's ever shot in his life. And he's like, Dad, that's all he said when he came off the court.
You ruined
don't
my
know.
moment, Dad.
I know.
Coach, Dad.
That time, yeah, PT's coach, if he'd have been seeing what was going on underneath and that break they had, he might not have called the timeout there.
And this doesn't apply to the PT Warriors, but a lot of times with a coach, sometimes a certain player will get it, and you're worried that's going to be a turnover. And you're like, hey, timeout. Can't get it quick enough.
Yeah.
But that situation, his team was systematically finding a backdoor man.
Yeah.
But I will say the timeout was appropriate because this game was up to 15-point lead.
Yeah.
It's down to 8 now. Aggieland's on a run.
Not only that, Agguiland showed a new defense, a half-court trap, so it looked a lot different.
I feel like we're seeing maybe how a team like Aggieland with all their youth has made it this far. It felt like they weren't in the game, honestly. Like it kind of felt like PT had gained control, but then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh wow, they really are in this thing.
Well, call it what it is, right? They're the underdogs in this game, right? Like they're younger, they're smaller, so they're having to do some things different, but they're fighting right now. And I love the energy I'm seeing from these guys right now.
For sure.
And Aggieland's brought that to every game, that underdog mentality, just that, playing with house money type situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
30-22 ball game. Agalar left wing, feeding the corner. Magera, feed inside, broken up. Aggieland the steal. Vince Walden on the move. Attacking the right wing. Going between the legs, driving, stepping back. Back to the basket. Up top to Zach. Feed to Cox. Left wing three. Long, no good, but Vince Walden able to get the offensive board. Kick out to Zach, his brother, who lost the ball, but Cox able to get it into control.
They had two guys on that last rebound.
Deep three!
Oh.
Vince Walden nailed it! He's got 12 points on 4 trays. It's a 5-point game here in Springfield.
Wow.
Walden from about 30 on that one.
Oh, man.
Aggieland has inserted themselves back into this ball game. A feed to Marquez. Nice play on the pass from Magera. And quickly back the other way. Is Aggieland called, dribbled off his foot.
Wow, that's a tough unforced error. They just made a run. Marquez kind of stopped it for a little bit, and then the ball just sails out of bounds off his leg.
You're the underdog, man. Each possession matters, and you got to value the ball. The old saying, free throws and turnovers, right? If you can control turnovers and make your free throws, you give yourself a chance.
Ball's broken up. Stolen. No, there's going to be a foul call on the entry.
Looks like Tommy Manhire with his second.
7-point game, just over 3.5 minutes to go in the third. We're going to see a substitution. Gahan back into the ball game as Zane Call will check out.
PT trying to stem the tide here, build that lead back up.
Outside Jones, left wing three, nailed it as it rattled in.
Big
Timothy
shot.
Jones with 11.
Anytime he steps into that three, he's money.
It's a 10-point game now. Vince Walden attacking the paint. Right-hand hook. No good. Gahan the rebound. He'll put it up and in. Count it. And the foul.
Good touch.
Silas Gahan's been quiet, but what a big time to find that ball and one.
Absolutely.
They're hanging around this thing.
That was some strength right there.
Marquez with the foul, which will be his second. We saw the game get cut to 5, and then PT immediately put it back up to 10. Now a bucket to make it 8, and Gahan with an opportunity to make it 7, and he does. Silas Gahan with his first 3 points of the ball game, and they're big ones to cut it to 7. Ike White, what a play!
Wow!
White attacking the paint with a ferocity.
The whole bench jumped up on that one. They couldn't believe that. What a strong drive and a finish.
I believe the foul was on Gahan. Should be his first. Miss.
Oh, no.
And offensive rebound, Marquez, and another foul against Aggieland. And that time, I'm having a tough time knowing whether they're trying to call it on Walden or call it on Gahan.
It is because of the 21 and 12. Which one is it?
Free throw for Marquez does not go.
Warriors leaving the door open. They've been missing free throws. That's 2 in a row now that they've missed.
It appears they're going to give Marquez a break after this foul shot as they've got Levi Symes waiting in the wings. Second free throw goes down as here comes the substitution.
And what a back and forth. We had this thing down to 3 at one point. PT's opened it back up to 10.
Game of runs.
Game of runs.
Official says, come on, guys, be ready. Be ready to come in here. Want to come in here.
10-point game. Walden up top, feeding Zach Walden. Inside. Gahan outside Vince Walden. His three, he's locked in, folks. This is fifth tray. He's got 15 points.
Walden is looking automatic out there, isn't
man.
he?
Oh, and Jones almost got the turnover there. He lost the ball.
Outside Ike White. White driving to his left. Just got an and one a second ago. His floater that time's no good. Tipped. Gahan the rebound to Vince Walden. Aggieland with it. Down by 7. Hitting Cox up floor. Changing the shot in the air. No good. He gets his own rebound.
Great
out
follow.
To the outside.
Great follow. Didn't give up on the play.
Zach Walden driving baseline and is tipped out of bounds off PT. We'll stay with Aggieland. Kracha back into the ball game, coming in for Gahan.
A couple of those threes with Walden. I mean, you think at first when you see him taking it, you think it's contested. He's pretty far out there. That's not going to go, is it? And then it goes. I mean, he is confident in that shot.
And it's consistent, right? It doesn't seem like it changes whether it's guys near him. He just kind of keeps that same rhythm and follow through.
5 3-pointers for him. Wow.
We didn't talk about it. He laced a beautiful full-court pass to Caleb Cox a second ago. Couldn't connect on the layup, but, man, right now he's kind of a do-everything guard for Aggieland. He's holding him in his thing.
30-second timeout called there by Aggieland. They trail by only 7 here in the third quarter, 2:26 to play.
Big South having a tournament. They're going to advance regardless of who wins here in the guys. And we saw in the girls 3 out of the 4 teams in the Final Four from Big South. And more opportunities coming up after this game.
Here in the Elite Eight, 5 of the 8 teams are Big South teams. There's a possibility you could have an all Big South Final Four.
Yeah, it's just we could have just saved us all money and just had the Big South tournament.
Walden's three's no good. I bet you Thesa Riders would have liked that.
Let's just stay in Dallas. It saved me some drive time, right?
That's right.
Jones outside Agalar, swing to Symes. Out to Agalar. PT Warriors with the ball in control. 2 minutes to go in the third. White feed inside to Magera, and the foul.
Wow, I don't know what happened there. It looked like Manhire was trying to jump up and just bounced off of the back of Magera. And right in front of the official, he's definitely going to call that one. That's 3 fouls now on Tommy Manhire.
Third foul against Manhire. And to the free throw line is Holden Magera, who has 4 points. Kind of been struggling to find his part on the score sheet as far as points are concerned, but he's made some great passes to Marquez for buckets.
He has, and he's also been a problem on defense.
Absolutely.
He's blocking the lane, so Aggieland's having to hit from the outside, but he is defensively he has been a game changer for PT.
Yeah, just his presence on the court. I mean, he's one more big you got to deal with.
Magera misses the first, has another one here. Second free throw is good for Holden Magera. He's got 5 points. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. 8-point lead for PT. Here's Vince Walden.
Keep hanging around. I mean, they're right there.
Walden step back 3 left side. That one's long. Rebound, Manhire tipped it. Cox gets it. Bounce pass out Manhire. Pump fake. Feed Zach Walden. Swing back Vince Walden. He'll attack to his right. Kick outside. Cox corner 3. Good.
Wow.
Beautiful basketball.
Great ball movement from Aggieland. They cut the lead to 5. We got us a ball game, folks.
7 3-pointers now for Aggieland. Love the 2-man is almost like back and forth. Which guy's going to hit the 3?
There will be a foul on the entry pass.
That's on Caleb Cox.
And Caleb Cox will pick up his first personal foul. Agalar to the free throw line now. First free throw does not go for Agalar. Coming in is Zane Call. It will come in for Tommy Manhire. Just over a minute to go in the third. 5-point game. Warriors holding on to that 5-point lead. They were up 13 at halftime. This has been
they keep leaving the door open, too. I mean, they're missing free throws, doing the little things that allow other teams sometimes to stay around.
This has been the quarter for Aggieland. Aggieland's owned this third quarter thus far. We got 1 more minute to go before we're in the last period of the game. Walden looking. He's hit 5 threes in this ball game. Feeds it into Crotcha, who's fouled from behind by Timothy Jones.
They'll get the ball underneath their basket now and trying to manufacture something here.
Under a minute to go in the third. Inside, Crotcha at the basket, blocked by Magera.
We were talking about Magera early, although not on the stat sheet. You may see it defensively. You're seeing another big stop there. He's been doing it all night.
Jones the drive outside. Ike White pulls the three, knocks it down.
Wow.
A huge three-pointer from
game.
Ike White.
Big game for Ike White. Huge shot.
Zach Walden reverse layup does not get the roll. Crotcha forcing the jump ball, and it will go to PT. A 9-point game again. Hitting that free throw, hitting that three. Big buckets, big points for PT Warriors. 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They need to start that clock. They do. White down floor to Symes. On the left wing. Outside to Jones. Drive from Agalar. Floater in the lane is good. David Agalar, 16 points for him.
So
Leads
composed,
back up to 11.
so under control when Aguilar attacks.
Walden going to look for that last shot. He'll step back, take the three. Did not have enough lift. And we're heading into the fourth quarter. And at one point in time, just a couple of minutes ago, it looked like Aggieland had greatly improved their situation from halftime to third quarter's end. But they don't really do that. They win this quarter by only 2 points. It's still an 11-point ball game, 45-34, PT.
When it hurts, real time it.
Welcome back to Springfield. One more quarter of basketball here. Aggieland down by 11 to the PT Warriors. They had cut it to 5 a couple times in the third, but then another run by PT put it back up to 11. Hard drive baseline for Cox. He's fouled in the interior. 2 shots coming up for Caleb Cox.
I think it's important here for Aggieland to not just to hold serve, but to be able to trim some points off of this and maybe put a little scare into PT, see if they can get them to make some mistakes, and then just rely on your youth. You know, sometimes you're too young to know you shouldn't be in this game or you're not expected to be in this game, and just have fun. Get out there and see what happens.
And they're right there. I mean, they've been within 3 points, 5 points. They flirted with it a couple of times. Like, this is the best situation for them. They're getting to put points on the board with the clock not running.
Cox will make his first free throw. He's got 9 points on the ball game. Got another one coming in here.
Marquez going to take a seat and Symes come in for the Warriors.
Cox's second free throw does not go. Agalar the rebound. Ike White now with the basketball, 10-point game. White with it. Going against Walden now to the basket. Floater over the top off the window's good. Ike White, he has been clutch to get this lead back up for PT.
From Ohio to Dallas to Springfield. I think PT would take that again.
Yeah, no joke. He is a frequent flyer, and, man, he's having a game.
Backdoor pass to Vince Walden. Dealing with pressure, ball batted away by the PT Warriors. Ball on the sideline is Cox. Throws it in to Vince Walden.
Got to think Walden's going to be looking for a shot here.
Feed over to Cox, driving baseline. Hard reverse layup, not there. And the presence from Agguiland just tough for them to score in the interior. Nice pass over the top to Symes, who finishes at the basket.
Yeah, there was a wall of purple at the other end, and Cox still went up with the shot, and then that resulted in a break for PT.
Walden, hard drive to the basket. Hasn't been able to get much to the basket there, and he comes up hobbling just a little bit as Jones coming back the other way. Leads up to 14 now for PT.
So if you're Aggieland, again, one possession at a time. Just try to get a stop and get a good shot. You can still climb back in, but that window is closing.
Here's the drive from White. Inside of the basket, floater's good. He's a tough guy to stay in front of. And Ike White coming alive here late in this ball game. He's got 9. We're going to get a whistle and a timeout call by Aggieland. This game's starting to get out of hand. The PT Warriors leading by 16 with 6 minutes to go.
I feel like Ike White, he's hit 4 shots, 1 3 and 3 2-pointers. I feel like each shot has been a different shot. Like he's done a floater, he's done a 3-pointer, he's done a drive off the glass. Like he's just got a lot of weapons in his toolkit.
The winner of this game receives a gold ball, and it looks like the PT Warriors will receive that gold ball and head to the Final Four, but we still got 6 minutes left. There's still plenty of basketball to be played, but one thing for Aggieland, I think that we know that they can score at the rate to get it done. Will they be able to stop the PT Warriors is the big question.
Right. Yeah, you gotta score, but you also got to stop PT, and the Warriors showing you why they're so dangerous. I mean, we haven't heard really from Agalar, just 1 bucket and 1 free throw in the third quarter. Mainly, second quarter had that explosion where he put 11 points on the board. But you still got all those guys that are out there, and some of them have been able to rest a little bit, and you got to stop that. How do you stop the attack of the Warriors?
Well, yeah, and they're hitting you, like you said, there's 3 or 4 different options they have that they're scoring from, and so that's just difficult to defend. 35-51, 6:08 to play.
Ball in the hands of the Aggieland Panthers, down by 16. They need some action, folks. The Warriors have been beginning to pull away. Zach Walden driving in the interior, outside Vince. Feed to the basket. Call is fouled by Agalar.
It's a nice play, but, man, when you get the ball and you're taking it in the paint against Magera and Marquez and Agguilar, I mean, you're going to be dealing with some height. You're going to be dealing with some length, and that time he's able to draw the foul.
But nevertheless, good attack by Zane Call. That nice action. I think it was that Walden to Call, I think, on that little drop screen. And, again, for Aggie to climb back in, this is the best way. They can put free throws and points on the board with still 6 minutes to play. 1 possession at a time.
Second free throw does not go down for the Panthers. They hit the first, missed the second. Zane Call with 2 points on the ball game and 5:45 to play. 15-point lead for PT. There's a whistle, a 10-second violation as the Warriors didn't really have as much of a sense of urgency to get across half court.
Well, tricky little I ran a little diamond. I'm not sure what he's calling. It's like a diamond in 1 3/4 court trap there, and it job well done. Got a turnover on it.
Kind of lulled him to sleep there.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming.
Into the backcourt to Walden. Up the floor is Aggieland, down by 15. 5.5 minutes to play. Drive, nice move, floater, left hand, no good. Offensive rebound pulled down. Kick outside to Zach Walden. Outside to Vince. Nice move from Vince Walden. Back to the basket. Turnaround jump hook's good.
Pretty shot there. He can hit the three, but he also has a good little touch around the basket.
Tough shot for Walden.
17 points for Vince Walden. Symes trapped, getting out of it. Outside Jones, switching it over.
I like this little trap that Aggieland's in. They're making them mix it up. They're making PT work. PT's trying to air this thing out. You know, there's different philosophies on this, but, you know, this early in the game, changing your momentum. And Scott, you and I have talked this on a previous broadcast. It's like, you know, maybe, my opinion only, right? Maybe at a minute to go, but 5 minutes, this is you run a risk by doing this.
Seems like it.
With the backdoor jam.
So much for taking the air out, huh?
There it is. Yeah. Coach, did you hear me?
I guess there's more than one way to take the air out of something.
15-point game. Vince Walden, step back three, no good. Rebounds fought for, gotten by Cox. He drives, going to his left. Ball is lost.
Caleb Cox is a confident ball handler. If you can get him at the rim, he made a great change of pace earlier, a minute or so ago. I would like to see him get that rim and try to finish at those guys, get into their bodies, see if he can get some more free throws at the line.
After the dunk, McGarr goes out to a cheer and a double high five from his coach. And then what a luxury. You just put Marquez in his place. 1-6-6 for another 6-6.
Deep three, Cox, no good. Rebound, Marquez.
Yeah, it's a lot of size out there for PT.
Here's Jones. Getting past Walden. Driving. Kick out to Agalar on the way, far left wing.
Seems like they're just trying to shrink this game down.
Agalar hard drive inside, right hand to the basket, puts it in, foul, and one. That's a man.
Flex. That's a flex. I mean, that's just nothing but strength.
Zane calls the one to pick up the foul. David Agalar with 18. Free throw goes down.
Once again, quietly, the guy that averages just under 20 a game. You look down, think he's not scored a ton other than that second quarter, and he's getting right up around his average.
Ball will be headed to the Aggieland Panthers. 18-point game, 3:55 to go. Zach Walden swing the call. Ball batted out of bounds. We'll stay with Aggieland.
That lead ballooning, man. There's going to have to be some urgency here by Aggieland.
Walden up top.
And like we talked about, it's not just scoring. How are you going to stop what's happening on the other end?
Zach Walden's three is no good. Rebound, Ike White. He's off to the races. Nice move. 3-on-2 to the basket. Right hand off the window. Does not get it to go. Ball's fought for. On the ground, Marquez not afraid to get on the floor. Neither is Zane Call. They call the jump ball.
And he has been on the floor so many times tonight. Love it.
White to get it in. Symes. Outside White. White makes the move, beats a man to the basket. Left hand over the top, no good. Marquez the rebound, put back is there.
That's a tough matchup. You have to pressure Ike White at this point in the game, but he's already proven he can pretty much break down anybody on the court off the dribble. So it's kind of like lose if you go, lose if you don't.
Yeah. I thought for a second he was going to just lob that up and let Marquez throw it down.
Leads up to 20. Jones with it on the outside, guarded by Zach Walden. to the basket. Reverse layup is there for Josiah Marquez.
This game's probably out of hand at this point for Aggieland, but one thing I would say is that, and we've said it on the broadcast, heads held high for Aggieland with their age, the way they're competing. I think that they have to be encouraged by the output they've done this season, and more specifically here at this tournament.
Absolutely.
Symes to the basket on the other side. He's got 4. Lead is out above 20, 62-41. It's Vince Walden up top, feeding it to Cox, making the move, pump fake, turnaround shot, tough
shot for Caleb Cox.
And he's in double figures now.
Did he hit that with his left hand? I believe he did.
Yeah, it looked like it.
A little gather step through.
Ike White on the drive, fouled in the open court.
Now, if you're Ike White, you got to think, okay, we're up 20 with a minute 50. I'm playing tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Right.
Let's.
To be a teenager again.
Yeah, let's slow this thing down and let's think about tomorrow.
I remember asking a kid one year at this on the 5th day. I think they played because that was back when the format was different. I think that was like their 6th game of the week. And I said, "Are you tired?" And he goes, "How would I be tired? I'm a teenager."
At least there's some honesty there.
Yeah.
Marquez fouled in the interior. And it's on Cox.
It's looking like, guys, the PT Warriors are going to have 2 straight years back-to-back Final Four runs here, and they got to be pumped about that. And I know that Jones and Agguilar are seniors, but, wow, what a squad they've got.
And if I'm not mistaken, Scott, weren't the PT Warriors 2 years ago in the championship ballgame?
I believe that was 3 years ago. Versus
3 years ago.
Yeah, it was MHEA Eagles.
Right.
Yes, you're correct. So they've been, they're kind of becoming a powerhouse program.
Yes, that would make it 3 straight years then. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that, just like you're saying, that's a powerhouse program there out of Fort Worth, Texas.
I think last year was a little more of a surprise than the year before, and
it was.
This year too.
They had upset. Did they upset the team out of Indianapolis? I think they had upset to get into it.
Yeah, and in Aggieland too. I think last year.
Well, I feel last year Aggieland's team was loaded.
They were loaded, and I believe their was it Krotchka, one of their big players, broke his hand.
Micah Krotchka broke his hand, and then they had Ethan Cox, who is one of the best guards to play in this tournament in recent years.
Yep.
Several other players. Was Van Call still on that team as well? I'm kind of running a couple years together.
I can't remember that, but you're right. They were loaded, and somehow Warriors came away with it, and now they're going to do it again. So starting to become a good habit here.
Well, maybe it's a rivalry that can start forming here between these guys.
Well, we know one thing. Both teams are going to have some players that will be around, as long as they stay with the program for several years to come.
Look, future is bright for both these programs. I'm excited about what I'm seeing on both sides. And if you're in this tournament next, for 27 and 28, watch out.
Here's the drive, Ike White to the basket, reverse layup, no good. Put back for Marquez is good and 1. And he's pumped up. He's got 16 points. Lead is up to 22.
And that's about as pumped as you'll see him. He's pretty steady. He'll get knocked to the ground, he'll make a shot, and he just continues on.
Steady for a freshman.
Yep.
So has nobody mentioned the this hair of Silas Gahan coming in? I'm getting dizzy looking at it. He's checking in. I'm seeing double, I think.
I'll be honest. First time I saw him this week, I thought he had a bandana on, and then he came into the game, and I'm like, well, I know they're not allowed to wear those. So,
well, listen, props whoever did that because
amazing.
There's no blurred lines. The thing is clear as can be.
Oh, absolutely amazing.
Marquez misses the free throw. Gahan the rebound. Here come the Panthers. Man higher driving baseline. Kick outside. Dean called deep 3. Hit it.
Wow.
And he's got a sniper out there. He hit the first 3 of the game, did he not?
He did. He's a great shooter for them.
Warriors starting to clear their bench.
Good call, Coach.
And so now, timeout going to be called by the PT Warriors to make a few substitutions. I'll tell you this. Yesterday, they put these guys in, and they started filling it up.
Yeah, they have.
Scored like 15 points in the last minute and a half or something last game. So we'll see if they put on a show again here tonight.
Gotta love it. Gotta love what you're seeing in the future of homeschool basketball. Girls and guys got some really good teams, got some experienced teams. It's going to be a good mixture on both Final Fours. See some newcomers, and like we said, first time in a while, we're going to have 2 new undisputed champions, one for girls and one for guys in 18U because of what's happened so far this week.
And you got to give credit to the teams of the past, and right now we're talking about the MHEA Eagles. Whenever a team sets a standard real high, everybody else tries to meet that standard.
Yes.
And then that time comes where you overthrow the champions, but everybody's gotten better.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we're seeing, I think, here.
And that's exactly right. You know, what rising tide rises all ships, right? And that's what you're seeing now. There's more programs that are now competing at a higher level because of what they have done, because everyone's been chasing them. Scott said earlier, since pre-COVID. That's kind of odd to think
crazy?
about.
Absolutely crazy. And they got such, I mean, the program's such a classy program. They said it was tough and they had their tears, but, they said we knew at some point it was going to end. And I think the phrase that I heard was on the inbounds, almost got it, was that they said the dynasty didn't end last night, just the streak.
There you go.
So
there
I
you
like
go.
that.
3 no good, put back, not there.
Gahan's been a force on the boards today, as you know.
Love it.
Yeah,
He has. As he scores that one. Hard drive up the floor. That ball's taken away.
nice pass.
Manhire's going to lose it back to PT. Pass over the top. Down floor is Kochnour. To the corner. 3 on the way. No good. Kochnour saves it in right to his teammate there. And Cohen Owens back out to the outside, under 20 seconds to go.
The bench would love these guys to score. You can see they're getting excited, jumping up and down when they thought that 3 was going to go.
Well, here's the thing. When it's 12 seconds left, it's like you want to dribble out the clock and everything. But once they start pressuring
Right.
you, then you just got to go and score the basketball, right?
Right. And you're, when you're out there, it's like, I'm on the floor, man. I want to score.
We've only been playing for a minute.
Oh, and he does. Nice. Number
Knocking
41.
it down is Cohen Owens. And the final 12 seconds will expire after 2 made free throws from Cohen Owens. And Dean Call pulled the 3. Timeout called by Aggieland with 8 seconds left.
Coach maybe wants to draw up a last-second shot or get some subs in. I'm curious what's going on here.
I don't know, but PT Warriors going to head on to the Final Four for the 3rd straight season. Congratulations to them being able to put it together another year. And this year, there is a legitimate path for them to be undisputed national champions.
Absolutely.
And I know that that's the goal, especially your 3rd straight Final Four.
For sure. And coming up next game, I mean, they're going to play the winner of this. We got HSAA out of Dallas, but they're going to face the HEA team that ended that streak with MHE last night. And, man, between Markowitz and Opsimer, they got a couple of big guys themselves that, I mean, we could see a great matchup here tomorrow if really on either team. HSAA also got some bigs, so it's going to be a fun Final Four.
And so all those games right here on this YouTube channel, you got to subscribe, hit those notifications, and keep up with what's going on here in Springfield, Missouri. Crotch outside, Manhire to the corner, broken up out of bounds with 1.2 seconds to play.
Warriors starting to cheer. They feel it. They see it. They were hoping it was coming again, and it is.
Dean Call will fire the 3, and time will expire. And the purple and gold reign. Class 8A, the PT Warriors will win the Class 8A gold ball. Coming in as a number 3 seed, and they take it over, and they will head to the Final Four once again. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. I'm Trellis Williams, alongside Thomas Sanders and Scott Staten. We'll be on to the next stream here for Dallas HSA and the HEA Firebirds.